In the stillness of ancient rituals, before the sacred fire is kindled, there is a brief yet profound pause. This pause is the moment of Sankalpa, a moment where intention is woven into the ritual, where the devotee resolves their purpose. This practice is enshrined in various scriptures. For example, the Shiv Puran says, Sankalpam vidhivat kritva kamanam cha niyujjave pujayet paraya bhaktya shivam sa parivarakam. Having taken a resolve in the proper manner and having determined one's desire, one should worship Shiva along with his family with the highest devotion. You've probably heard the sankalpa that goes like this. Kali Yuge Kali Pratham Charane Bhur Loke Jambudvipe Bharat Khande Bharat Varshe Arya Avarte. These words are a map of space and time. We're locating ourselves on the earth and within the vast cycles of cosmic time. These words also anchor us in the truth of what we are doing and why. To understand the Sankalpa in its true sense, we must understand the nature of space and time. We are exploring the concepts of time today. The first few verses that we will discuss today are from a dialogue between Yudhishthir and Bhishma from the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. The rest of the verses are from the Vishnu Purana. In response to Yudhishthir's questions, Bhishma narrates what was said by Vedvyas on the matter when questioned similarly by his son. Akashtha Nimesha Dashpancha Chaiva. Akashtha has 15 Nimeshas. Trinshatu Kashtha Ganiyet Kalam Tam. 30 Kashthas make a Kala. Trinshat Kalaschapi Bhavena Muhurto. A Muhurta has 30 Kalas. Bhagah Kalaya Dashmanchit Yahasyat. And the 10th part of a Kala. So 30.1 colors make one Muhurta. त्रिंशन् मुहूर्तं तु भवेदहश्च रात्रिश्च संख्या मुनिभिः प्रणीता. The munis or the sages have declared 30 muhurtas make one day and night. Aha is the word for day and ratri is the word for night. Masah smrito ratrihani cha trinshat. A month is said to be of 30 such days and nights. Samvatsaro dwadash masa uktaha. Samvatsar is the word for a year. A year is considered to be of 12 months. Samvatsaram dve tu ayane vadanti sankhyavidah. Those well versed with numbers mention that the year Samvatsaram consists of two ayanas or apparent movements of the sun, Dakshinam Uttaram cha. So Dakshinayan and Uttarayan, that is the apparent southward and northward movement of the sun when viewed from the earth. So Uttarayan is that half of the year when the sun moves towards the north, that is from the winter solstice to the summer solstice. And Dakshinayan is when the sun moves towards the south, that is from the summer solstice to the winter solstice. Now we know that the speed of time is different in different regions of space. Ahoratre vibhajite suryo manush lokike. In manush lok, that is on earth, ahoratre vibhajite suryo. The sun divides the day and night. Ratriha swapnaya bhutanam. Of all creatures, the night is for sleep. Cheshtayai karmanamaha. The aha, that is the day, is for actions. Pitraye ratriahani masaha pravibhagastayoha punaha. Pitraye, that is in Pitraloka, in the land of the Pitras or ancestors. Ratriahani, that is night and day, are one mass, that is 1 month of the humans. Pravibhagastayoha punaha. The division of them again is Shukloaha Karma Cheshtayam. The Shukla Paksha or that fortnight, the Shukla fortnight, is for their actions. Krishnaha Swapnaya Sharvari. The Krishna Paksha is their night for sleeping. Daive in Devalok, Ratriahani Varsham. A year in human terms is a day and night in Devalok. Pravibhagastayoha, the division of that, Punaha again, is Ahaha Tatra Udgayanam. The day there is Udgayanam or Uttarayan or the northward movement of the sun. Ratriha Syat Dakshinayanam. The night is Dakshinayan. So the Uttarayan half of the year is the day of the gods and the Dakshinayan half of the year is their night. Ye te ratrihani purvam kirtite devlokike. The day and night in Devaloka that I've mentioned before Now I here is Vedvyas. Tayoha of those Sankhya Varshagram, I'll tell you the aggregate of years that make up Ahakshape, a day and night, Brahme in Brahmalok. Prithak Samvatsaragrani Pravakshayami Anupurvashah. Separately, I will tell the aggregates of years in due order. Krite Treta Yuge Chaiva Dwapare Cha Kalau Tatha. In Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga likewise. Chatvaryahu Sahasrani Varshanam Tat Kritam Yugam. Krita Yuga has 4,000 years. Tasya Tavatishati Sandhya Sandhyanshah Cha Tathavitaha. Of it, the same number of hundreds form the dawn and dusk. That is, Krita Yuga has 4,000 years plus 400 years each of the dusk and dawn of the age. So a total of 4,800 years make up the Krita Yuga or the Satyuga. Itereshu sasandhyeshu sandhyansheshu tatastrishu. In the remaining next three yugas, together with their dawns and dusks, ekapayana samyanti, that is, there is a loss of one part. Sahasrani shatani cha, in the thousands and in the hundreds. Satyuga consists of 4,000 years, along with a dawn and dusk of 400 years each. Satyuga consists of 4,800 years. Then Treta Yuga consists of 3,000 years and a dawn and dusk of 300 years each. That makes it 3,600 years long. Then Dwapara Yuga has 2,000 years along with 200 years of dawn and dusk each. That makes the Dwapara Yuga 2,400 years long. Finally, the Kali Yuga consists of 1,000 years and has a dusk and dawn of 100 years each. So Kali Yuga spans 1,200 god years. एतां द्वादशसाहस्रीं युगाख्यां कवयोः विदुः सहस्रपरिवर्तं तद्ब्राह्मं दिवसमुच्यते. 1,000 cycles of these 12,000 years is known as a day of Brahmā. Now this count of 12,000 years has been given based on a year in Devalok. Because a year of the humans is one day of the Devas, we have to multiply the counts of years into 360. So Satyuga with 4,800 years is 17,28,000 human years. Treta Yuga with 3,600 god years is 12,96,000 human years. Dwapara Yuga with 2,400 god years is 8,64,000 human years, and Kali Yuga with 1,200 Devi years is 4,32,000 human years. So a Chatur Yuga of 12,000 Devi years lasts for 43,20,000 human years. Finally, a day in Brahmalok is 1,000 Chatur Yugas. That means a day in Brahmalok lasts for 4.32 billion years on Earth. Moving forward, Ratriha Tavatha Tithi Brahmi. The night of Brahma is of the same duration. Tada Adav, then at the beginning of that night, Vishwam Ishwara, the Lord of the universe, Pralaya Adhyatmam Avishya Suptava, in the time of Pralaya or dissolution, he dissolves everything in his own self, and Avishya Suptava, he enters a state of sleep. Sah Ante, at the end of that night, Vibudhyate, he wakes up. At the end of that night, he wakes up and then starts creating again. So it's a cycle of creation and destruction. For further clarification on a few concepts, I have picked out a few verses from the Vishnu Puran. Dashpancha Muhuratam Vai Ahaha Vaishwatam Smritam. Aha is day, Vaishwatam would be equinoctial. An equinoctial day indeed is considered of 15 Muhuratas. So we already discussed that a day and night consists of 30 Muhuratas. Of these, on an equinoctial day, the day consists of 15 Muhuratas, and consequently the night also consists of 15 Muhuratas. That is, on the equinoctial day, the day and night are of equal duration. Vardhate hraset cha evapi ayane dakshinuttare. In Dakshinayan and Uttarayan, the day and night increases and decreases. Ahahatu grasate ratrim, the day swallows the night. Ratriha grasati vasaram, the night swallows the day. That's another way of saying that as we go through the year, the duration of the day increases and then the duration of the night increases. Trinjan Muhuratam Kathitam Ahoratrayam Tu Yat Maya. Indeed, the 30 Muhurta long day that has been described by me, now me here is Parashar Rishi. Parashar Rishi is the father of Vedvyas. Tani Panchadash Brahman Pakshaha iti abhidhiyate. Of those, 15 days are called a Paksha or fortnight. These Pakshas are the Krishna Paksha and the Shukla Paksha. Masaha Paksha Dvayena Uktaha. A month has two Pakshas or two fortnights of 15 days, that is, a month has 30 days. Dvau Masau, 2 months. Cha Arkaja Vritu make up a Ritu, that is a season. Now, the word used here is very interesting. They say that the Ritu is Arkaja, meaning born of the sun. Arka means sun and Arkaja means born of the sun. So Suryaputra Karn is also called Arkaja, similar to how Sita ji is called Bhumija because she is born from the Bhumi or earth. The seasons are born of the sun, which is another way of saying that the sun causes the seasons. Ritu Trayam cha api ayanam. 3 ritus or 3 seasons make up an ayan. Dve ayane varsha sangyate. 2 ayans or 2 apparent movements of the sun, that is the Uttarayan and the Dakshinayan, make up a year. Now, the words Dakshinayan and Uttarayan literally mean southward movement and northward movement. But these are apparent movements of the sun with respect to the earth. Divasasya ravirmadhye sarvakalam vyavasthitah sarvadvipeshu maitreya nishardhasya cha sammukha. The sun is positioned at all times facing all continents in the middle of the day and the middle of the night. This means that the sun is in front of the continent where it's noon and also in front of the continent where it's night. If you draw a straight line from the sun to the earth, the sun is in front of the continent where it's midday, and along the longitude, in this continent, it's midnight. Further, they say, Na ev astamanam arkasya, na udayah sarvada satah. Neither does the sun rise nor does it set, it is always present. Udayah astamanam akhyam hi darshanam adarshanam rave. The visibility and non visibility of the sun indeed is called the rising and the setting of the sun. Moving forward, we know that 1000 Chaturyugas make up one day of Brahma. What else happens in a day of Brahma? Brahmanah divase Brahmana Manavaha tu Chaturdash bhavanti. In a day of Brahma, there are Chaturdash, that is 14 Manus. Parimanam cha tesham kalakritam shrunu. Listen to the duration of their time. A day of Brahma has 1000 Chaturyugas and there are 14 Manus that reign during this period. So each Manu reigns over 71.4 Chaturyugas. Saptarshayah Surah Shakrah Manuh Tat Sunavah Nripah Ek Kalehi Srijante Sahriyante cha Purvavat. The Saptarshis, Devas, Indra, Manu, the sons of Manu, and kings are created at the same time and are destroyed at the same time. Purvavat, the same as before. We say Purvavat here just as it happened before because time is cyclical. So all of these are created and destroyed together in every Manvantar. चतुर्दश गुणः हि एषः कालः ब्राह्मम् अहस्मृतं ब्राह्मः नैमित्तकः नाम तस्य अन्ते प्रतिसञ्चरः. If you multiply these 71.4 years by 14, that is one day of Brahma. At the end of this day, there is a Pratisanchara or Pralaya, dissolution of the name Naimittika. Tat pramanam hi tam ratrim, of the same time duration is Brahma's night. Tadante srijate punah, at the end he creates again. Evam tu brahmano varshamevam varsha shatam chayat. In this way, there's a year of Brahma, and like this, there are 100 years of Brahma. Shatam hi tasya varshanam paramayuh mahatmanah. Indeed, 100 of these years constitute the supreme lifespan of the great soul being. Mahatmanah is the word used for Brahma here. Ekamasya vyatitam tu parardham brahmano anagha one half of his life, called a pararth, has gone by. Tasya ante abhut mahakalpah padmah iti abhivishruta. At the end of that pararth, the last day or kalpa of Brahma is famous by the name of Padma. A kalp is a day of Brahma, and the last day was called the Padma Mahakalpa. Dvitiyasya pararthasya vartamanasya vaidvija. Currently, this is the second pararth or the second half of Brahma's life. Varaha iti kalpaha ayam prathamaha parikirtitaha. The first kalpa or first day of this parartha or the second half of his life is known as the Varaha Kalpa. So there you go. These are the concepts of time. Now, if you go back to the Sankalpa, you'll understand properly. Dvitiye Pararthe, the second half of his life, Shri Shweta Varaha Kalpe, the Varaha Kalpa is the first day of the second half of his life. So we are in the Shri Shweta Varaha Kalpa. Vaivaswat Manvantare, in the Manvantar of Vaivaswat Manu. Ashtavinshati Tame Yuge, in the 28th Yuga cycle, Kali Yuge Kali Pratham Charne, in Kali Yuga, in the first phase of Kali Yuga, Purloke Jambudvipe Bharat Varshe Bharat Khande, these are space markers. We will discuss these when we explore the nature of space. So this was the first part of a three-part series on time. In the second one, we'll discuss a couple of stories about how time behaves in interstellar travel and an interesting anecdote that talks about the cyclical nature of time. In the third video, we will discuss major events that have already occurred before the events of the Mahabharata start, and based on the concepts of time discussed today, we will place those events. See you in the next one.